Credium is a decentralized exchange for loans. It acts as a liquidity engine for the credit markets, while at the same time, it builds a unique infrastructure that can offer a solution for the extreme volatility we're seeing today in crypto economics. So it's not a lending platform, but rather a foundational layer, allowing all ecosystem participants, whether old or new, if you're an investor, a lender, a service provider, you can interact under one protocol, making all the data flow in a much more efficient way and allowing everybody to access liquidity when they need it. My name is Gilad Woltsovich. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Credium. I've been working in the credit industry since co-founding Bakkt 5 years ago. It's an online lending platform active in the US. And we've really experienced firsthand the growing pains of this new industry as it was undergoing massive disruption in the last decade. At the same time, I've had the privilege to be involved with Ethereum since its very early days. I remember it was around January 2014 where there was a lot of excitement between early adapters where we really saw the potential of a general purpose blockchain and started building the community here in Israel. And I've been lucky enough to participate in the seed funding of the Ethereum project. We're actually tackling two of the biggest hurdles of credit markets today: centralization and liquidity. Liquidity is one of the major obstacles in the space that Credium is actually tackling. It's a massive pain point for investors, and it's probably the primary barrier for broader investor participation. Today, any lender, whether it's a bank, an online lending platform, or an investor in borrower notes, have no real option to liquidate their holdings. Just imagine how absurd it is to buy a stock and not being able to resell it whenever you wanted. So the only real option for holders of borrower notes today to reach liquidity is through heavily intermediated channels, such as bonds and securitized vehicles, or through bulk sales using agents. On the other hand, volatility is one of the biggest pain points for any crypto investor. And a stable token which can hold its value has been branded the holy grail of the industry. We believe that a stable token must rely on a decentralized reserve. After all, it's one of the main drivers of blockchain technology, right? And to eliminate the single point of failure risk. So if you think about it, the credit industry is a massive and diverse ecosystem. And by tokenizing credit assets, we believe we can very easily build this type of diverse reserve, which is regulated, highly diversified, and actually pays interest. And this is the core essence of the product we're building. We're building a decentralized exchange for loans. We're basically allowing any note holder to independently price and sell their loans as digital tokens. On the other side, any buyer, whether it's fiat or crypto investors, can easily build a portfolio which is highly diversified and pegged to the US dollar, and very easily control their risk appetite while receive interest to mitigate against that risk. It's huge. A secondary market is actually an order of magnitude higher because these loans are they're basically parked as non-liquid assets on different balance sheets, and this is exactly where Credium aims to tap into. Imagine the potential of turning this massive amount of credit into liquid assets. I think the potential is huge. Credium is a foundational layer. It connects all participants of the ecosystem under one common language. We really see Credium as an enabler for a new online economy. It has this huge potential to transform the credit industry into a much more competitive, transparent, and efficient ecosystem, ultimately connecting more borrowers with funding and driving rates down.